Hey everyone, Chris from ZR Tactical. Today we're going to talk about disassembling and reassembling captured guide rod systems and long stroke guide rod systems. Start with the 4-inch captured systems for your Walther PDP. Here we've got one of our regular captured guide rod systems, and here I have one of our service kits. Service kit contains a couple of pieces. You got a business card, so you know where it comes from. You have the actual plate that helps you squish everything down, a replacement washer. They don't typically wear out since they're made out of stainless steel, but if you're gonna take it apart, it never hurts to have new parts. And then we have 3 of our little spiral rings. These are what hold the whole thing together, and they can move at incredible velocity if they get away from you. So we include a couple spares. This also gives you the opportunity to service your guide rod a couple times without needing to buy a new kit. We'll just jump right in. So you're gonna take your plate, and you're gonna place it over the top of the moving end of the guide rod, like so, and then push it down. Once it's down, you can see the snap ring here. This part is probably the trickiest part, and you need to get the ring out. This requires more dexterity than I may have right now, but we will struggle through this together just like you're gonna struggle through it the first time you do it. I assemble tons of these rods every week, but I do not take very many of them apart. Once you get the edge curled up, you just walk it off. And this is where it becomes a little tricky. You want to kind of grip the spring, so as you take this apart, the spring doesn't shoot anything across the room. So you take your spring off. If you're going to change springs, this is your time to do it. Go ahead and clean your rod. This is brand new, so it's not dirty. New spring goes on. Now, if you go to push this down like this, there's nothing to support the spring. This is where our control rod would come in handy. We're not going to use it because we just don't really need it for this. I don't need it for this application. We're going to squish the spring, put your washer on, put your service plate back on, hold it down, and then with a new ring, you're going to just walk it back on along the outside. And if you work it in a circle, just like that, it goes on its own. We have a chamfer on the edge of this to make it easy to roll on, so it just rolls right on. You don't have to split the ring, you don't have to do anything difficult. And there's your refreshed rod. New spring, new washer, new ring, 2 new snap rings to go. Good to go for another several thousand rounds. That brings us to the long stroke. Here I've got a 5-inch system, and then I have our 5-inch service kit. The 5-inch and the 4.5-inch service kits are different because of the brass bushing that's in them. The plate is the same, the snap rings are the same, but the brass bushing is different. So if you have both systems, make sure you keep them separate. I mark them with a big red marker so you know if it's a 5 or a 4.5. Just like the captured system kit, you've got service plate, and you've got brass bushing, and then you've got 3 of the snap rings. You should be able to see those. Same principle as before. You're going to take your service plate, you're going to line it up, and then push it through. Once that guy's through, you are going to come on, little buddy. There we go. You're going to pry up your ring. Don't reuse these rings. Even if it looks okay, it's just not worth it. And again here, before you release it, get a hold on that spring. Get your service kit off. Now, this spring is quite a bit longer than the 4-inch. So with this thing all apart, we've got our old parts over here, new parts are here. If you're changing your spring or cleaning or servicing, whatever the impetus was for your taking it all apart, you're gonna need to walk this down carefully. Install your new bushing. We're going to use the old bushing because it's all new. And then use your plate to hold it down. Once it's held down, you're going to get your snap ring. And you're gonna set it on the edge and just downward pressure and walk it around. Come on, little buddy. I usually use my thumb. Come on. Oh, I had it and I lost it. This is where the plate comes in handy because it gives you a lot more leverage to hold this spring compressed. Let's change hands. Let's take our life in two. Put ourselves in danger. Here we go. You're gonna wanna work in a clockwise motion? No, anti-clockwise. Just spin it on around, push it down, it's good to go. Snap, plate comes off, and you're ready to go for another 5,000 or 10,000 rounds. I'd say it's just that easy, but obviously it's not that easy. It's a little tricky, and putting them together is super easy. Taking them apart, getting that snap ring out is a real challenge. So eye protection is important, even though I'm not wearing any. I'm a trained professional on a closed course. And then we even put a reminder on the plates. Always wear safety glasses, and I didn't think about it. All that being said, take your time, don't be discouraged. You get extra rings. If you have a hard time, you can always call for support or reference this video, but just know that it's something you're gonna have to do a few times before you get really proficient at it. So don't be afraid to struggle. We all do sometimes. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them in the comments below. Shoot me an email, chris@zrtactical.com. Come to the website, fill out the contact form. We're always here, although we're typically only going to respond 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, Eastern time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.